joining us for the Wednesday weekly press briefing. Organized retail crime continues to plague our retail partners in the community, as well as have adverse effects for all of us in the community. With us this morning to discuss that, as well as what the Charlotte-Mecklenburg Police Department is doing to manage those problems, is Detective Anthony Finocchio. Detective?
Thank you, Lieutenant. Good morning, everybody. As the Lieutenant said, my name is Anthony Finocchio. I'm a detective here in the city of Charlotte, and my focus is on investigating organized retail theft. Just to get into a little bit about what we do and how this was formulated, it was devised about 2 years ago, 2 to 3 years ago, and it is made up of about 13 different detectives throughout the city in about 10 divisions. We've also partnered with other agencies in the surrounding jurisdictions. Approximately 8 of those law enforcement agencies are also contributing to this effort. In 2020, we investigated in excess of approximately 600 cases and made close to approximately 400 arrests, and cleared out approximately 66% of those cases. We conducted several search warrants, and one of those search warrants actually netted approximately $100,000 worth of product that we seized. There is definitely, what we've seen over the last couple of years is definitely a nexus between some of the retail theft crimes, some of the violent crimes that are happening in the city of Charlotte. I know for one that investigating these cases for the last couple of years, we see a continuous pattern on the individuals that continue to commit these crimes and some of their arrest histories that are involved in violent crime. With that said, not only is their arrest histories proven that they are involved in other crimes throughout the city, but the individuals continue to victimize our retailers and victimize the individuals that are working inside these establishments. And, we've just seen throughout the years that it's getting more aggressive, and the suspects are becoming more aggressive towards individuals that are working in these establishments. So what we're doing is we're partnershiping with the district attorney's office, and we are trying to find ways to hold these individuals accountable. We had a good conversation a couple days ago with the district attorney's office for about an hour, and they are on board with our initiative. And obviously, the district attorneys have their challenges as well. We have a lot of cases in the city. We have big city problems here. And this is a big city now. So this, to say that we're always going to be in the land of milk and honey, I would be lying to you if I said that. So we're finding ways to combat some of these crimes, and I'm not going to get into some of our techniques in doing that and some of our tactics in doing that. But what I can tell you is that we're out on the streets, and we are trying to do our best to solve these problems. What we're seeing also in some of these crimes is that the individuals that are involved in these crimes also have a substance abuse problem. And we're trying to assist with trying to get some of these individuals the help they need as well. So it's not just enforcement. That we're trying to assist individuals in our community as well. Again, I want to talk a little bit about how we have seen a nexus between the individuals that are committing these crimes and some of the violent crimes. And what I can tell you is that me personally, I know that the information that we have gathered through our investigations and the evidence collected solved several different violent crimes, which include homicide. So with that said, we're going to continue our effort, and we're going to try to find other ways to help our retail partners. They have been great in this initiative as well. They have spent numerous dollars on trying to increase some of their video surveillance. They've put numerous loss prevention officers inside their stores, and we're a team. The citizens of this community are part of that team, and the retail community is part of that team. So with that said, is there any questions on my end? Thank you, I appreciate it.
Do you have a question? All right, thank you, Detective Pinocchio. Longtime CMPD servant, veteran officer, veteran detective. He's done a lot for the community over the years. So to our media partners, we're going to be sending out a press release, including some information that Detective Pinocchio went over as well. Also included with that press release in your inboxes are going to be multiple photographs. There's going to be some photographs of suspects from a case last year where we are still seeking the help of our community members in identifying those suspects. So again, check your inbox. We're going to be sending that information your way. And before we break this morning, do we have any other questions out there from our media partners? Matt Grant, go ahead. What do you have for us, sir?
Sorry. Just wondering if you could talk about if there's been any threats you're aware of to Asian businesses and if CMPD is going to be stepping up patrols.
Sure. Matt was asking if there were any specific threats to Asian businesses that we're aware of here in the jurisdiction, as well as what CMPD's response is going to be. So we are closely monitoring the situation in Atlanta with our criminal intelligence unit, as well as with other units within the CMPD. We're monitoring social media, the news, as well as with our other law enforcement partners, both local and federal agencies across the country. At this time, we are not aware of any specific threats to any of our community members or businesses, but I can tell you that we're keeping a pulse on the situation. Division captains, as well as command staff members, have received a intelligence briefing on the situation down there, and with that, each division captain is monitoring their respective geographic location, as well as the deployment of their resources to protect our community members and businesses. Amanda Zoe, good morning.
Hey, good morning. I have a question in the same vein, which is I was wondering recently or over in the last year, has CMPD noticed any increased threats or attacks against Asian Americans?
Okay, and Amanda, you were breaking up a little bit. I think your question was, have we seen an increase in the numbers of victimization against our Asian community members and neighbors?
Yes, that's correct.
Okay. So I can get up with you offline and give you a better, larger picture of the statistics. I'm still waiting on some of that to come through. But we have looked over the last few months, and we have not seen an increase in the last few months. But that doesn't mean that we need to let our guards down, and that goes for the police department as well as the community. We all need to keep an eye out for each other and be aware of the fact that what happened in Atlanta can happen anywhere. And again, we are monitoring all of our avenues of intelligence to be prepared. And again, the commanders within the police department are looking at all the information as well as their available resources to get those resources deployed to where we need them to protect all members of our community. Okay. Thank you all for joining us. Again, check your inbox here shortly. We greatly appreciate you delivering those photographs and that information out to our neighbors in the community to help in managing that plague that is organized retail crime. Thank you.